Let's welcome our friends online. Hello. Welcome to the second section of History Makers Training, April 2018 at DSA resident in Kyiv, Ukraine. My name is Baboshia and I'm the coordinator and I'm welcoming you. And I am excited to have this session again because we are going to have a very wonderful person that is our guest. So please, I'll introduce her. I know some of you have already known her. With us here, we're going to have Pastor Natasha Patafaiba. Please, let's put our hands together and welcome her. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Приветствую всех.
Greetings to everyone.
Я та самая Наташа алкоголика, которую пастор так часто упоминает.
I am this Pastor Natasha Alcoholic, that Pastor Sunday is often talk about me.
Сегодня мы будем делать презентацию 12 шагов.
Today we will do presentation of 12 steps.
И я хотела бы представить своих учеников. Они улучшают эту программу, качественно делают ее глубже.
And I want to present now my disciples that are doing this work, this job, already and very good in this thing.
И Дима Карпов, подойди сюда.
Please, Dima, come here.
Это пастор Дмитрий.
This is Pastor Dmitry.
И он сумел сделать методичку, по которой можно будет работать по 12-шаговой христианской программе. И можно будет начинать реабилитационные центры прямо с нуля, используя эту методичку.
So our goal is to help people, and Dmitry, he created a handbook that will help to everyone who wants to start in their place the same rehabilitation centers in every country, and he will present and talk about how you can do it in your country.
From zero.
From zero.
Да, мы перевели ее на болгарский язык, на английский язык, и я думаю, что в дальнейшем будем переводить на те языки, которые будут обращаться к нам с этими просьбами. Пожалуйста, приветствуйте, пастор Дмитрий Карпов, мой ученик, миссионер в Болгарии.
Yeah, so they translate already the handbook on Bulgaria and English, and they are ready, to translate in any other language who need it, who want it, who will come to us and tell we want this in our language. So they are ready to support and help in everything you can. So welcome, Pastor Dmitry Karpov.
You. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
I will speak English, and when I need your helps, I say you. Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Dmitry. Sometimes of people Yesterday we go in Rehabilitation Center. Somebody of you was in center, Pastor Christina, and you can know we work what a team. We a team. Our leaders, Pastor Natasha. We are from my wife, Katya. We are from my wife, now a missionary in Bulgaria, and here Pastor Christina with her wife, Pastor Andrei, husband, Pastor Christina and husband. Okay. They in Kyiv worked with drug addict people and other. Okay, Babusha said my English is good, but not very good. And maybe I speak in Russian with translate. No problem. Okay. Okay. What?
This is his example. When people want to read the word, they are ready to study from zero, not only rehabilitation center, but from zero, the new language, just to reach people. So, and let's, I think, hello. Because
Hallelujah.
he's trying to talk English, and
Okay. What what we want. Okay.
I do the same in Finland with a Finnish which is not, but people understand the Lord does things.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's better when, of course, without translation is, yeah? Yeah.
Что он
So,
говорит? Что он- Продолжаем английский? Okay. Okay, no problem. Okay, what talk we today? The first, we have handbook, and we have a book from Pastor Natasha in English. Because we see our pastor more work with English people, English-speaking people. And we're thinking, yes, and we need, we need materials in English. And we translate handbook. Pastor Natasha said about this handbook, this is подробно, detailedly program, in details.
every detail, step and details, not just general.
No problem. You come people, invited people who need the help, addict, drug, alcohol, no problem. And read the team. In this handbook, we have 16 team, 12 steps, and every step have 5 team. 16 team. And you only read, no problem. And we have, and you have results.
So you don't need to create from the zero what to talk with these people. Is everything writing. So you just take, bring them next to you, open this handbook, and together read. Read together.
Yeah. Okay, and today we have about 2 hours for our seminar, and we don't tell about all of program. You understand? It's a big work. I am working with this program 12 years. But today I want, I have one goal, one topic. Maybe you started my presentations. Babusha, maybe you started my presentation. Everyone can open Rehabilitation Center. Everyone. Everyone. No problem. No problem. Everyone. Why? Why I know this? Because I'm started many times from zero in Ukraine, and now we go in other country, in Bulgaria, we don't know language, we don't know nothing. Now one people we don't know in Bulgaria, and we started from zero. We learn Bulgarian language. We find people who want help, and we started. And now we go. We missionary in Bulgaria 1 year, little more from 1 year. And now we take with us 3 people from Bulgaria. This is our leaders, and 3 in Bulgaria now to do groups in two cities, in Sofia and Plovdiv. You understand? We are here, but in Bulgarian, every continues. No problem, not stop. And we understanding it's no hard. If we know how, we can repeat this. If you have some goal, find who have this result. Who have this result? Solution. Who have this solution? Find this man and ask how. What step he do? What? The first, the second. And now I show you some steps how we can start it. Okay, we have little problem, but no problem. I know what I want to say.
You find some problem and you bring solution.
Yeah. Okay. The first, let me introduce some words about me. My name is Dmitry, and I was drug addict. 8 years, I was drug addict. From 16 to 24 years, I was drug addict. In 24 years old, I find Rehabilitation Center from Pastor Natasha and started my process rehabilitation. And I was in this system about 5 years. In this system, all of level, what you think, what you know, all of. I was administration, I was leader for part of center, leader of all of center, everything. After that, I was about 4 years personal assistant from Pastor Sunday. Wow, it's a very good schools. Yes, Pastor Sunday in this time more working with Russian language people, and my responsibility was a teaching part, all of HMT, home groups, leader school, all of. About 4 years, I'm working with Pastor Sunday. It's the best time of my life because I'm prepared for next steps. After that, we started with my wife a new rehabilitation center from zero in Ukraine. About 3 years we worked with this project, and we have good results. Good results, and after that, we go in Bulgaria and a missionary. And we started in Bulgarian with Rehabilitation Center. Okay, this is what about I told. My story. 8 years drug addiction, 12 years of freedom, all of 5 years of ministry in Rehabilitation Center, 4 years of ministry of Pastor Sunday as assistant, 2 years of coordinator, and 1 year a missionary in Bulgaria. And you can read the path of my wife. And what I want to say, we know how it's working. We know how. We know steps. We try this sometimes, and we know details. We know how we can start it and what we can do for have big results. Because when I was in Kiev, I was a part of center who consists about 150 people. This is our big system of about 15 parts. Stationary center, quarantine, adaptation for men, for women. Oh. My wife, 8 years drug addiction, 10 years of freedom, 2 years of ministry in rehabilitation, 2 years of coordinator rehabilitation center for women, 3 years as leader of young ministry. We worked with young people too, because we worked with drug addict people. We help who have addiction, but young people started. And we can work in young people, prophylactica. Prevents. Okay. Okay. 2 years a leader of ambulant rehabilitation center, 1 year missionary in Bulgaria. We help more than 1,000 people. Our family. No problem. You know this. Okay. The first, I have a question. Why do you need the rehabilitation center? Why? Why? What's your motivation? Because this is a basic, a fundament, basic of our ministry. I know many pastors who want have rehabilitation center because it's a privilege, because it's a prestige. Yeah, I have rehabilitation in my church. I am cool. It's a wrong motivation. Wrong motivated. I know. I see this. And it's a very important questions. Why we want to help these people? Why? Do you prepare to ministry, to serve with people, and, как сказать, жертвуя собой? Because this is a very special people, very special. The people who have addict, who have problem, who many years live in drug addict or alcohol, it's very special people. Believe me. Very special. The first, what is your motivation? The second, readiness to work for 5 or 7 years. Because we don't have big, fast results. We don't have. From 2 months. We don't have. Maybe from 1 year, we starting seeing something results. But if, for example, if I was 8 years addict people, I need about 5 years to be leaders, to be stronger. And all of 5 years, I have around me people who help me for all of level, for all of steps. And we ready to, мы готовы стать такими людьми?
And this question, are you ready to be person like this, to be 5-7 years, to help these people to be like leaders in his life? To spend your time 5 years.
Very serious questions. Yes, understandably. After 5 years, if you have one who help you.
Are you ready for only for one person like drug addict or alcohol to spend 5 years of your life just for him to raise him?
But he can stay leaders or all of town, of all of country.
But this one person can be leader of whole nation or whole city.
Okay, and what I say, specific people, very specific. Where we all of drug addiction have ill, как speed, AIDS, hepatitis. We have and we can know this.
Yes, drug addict people, when they are many years in the addiction, they also is very sick. They have a lot of sickness.
And we can know.
Yeah, and you have to be ready to meet even this problem also.
Many people have psychological problem for как из-за их зависимости.
And also because of the style of their life, a lot of the people have problems.
Everyone, every time when I have some problem with my my children, I remember this verse of Bible. Not healthy people need a doctor. not bad sick, but okay, no problem. It's a sick. Yeah, I was sick. But I have some doctor. Today I'm doctor. Okay. And I'm I remember testament of Mother Teresa. If you are kind, people may accuse you of ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are honest, people may cheat you. Be honest anyway. If you find happiness, people may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you today may be forgotten tomorrow, but good anyway. Give the world the best you. have, and it may never be enough. Give your best anyway. In the end, you will be convinced what is all happiness between you and God, and never was between you and people. This is our motivation. I help people because God wanted from at меня. It's will for me. He want. He take me freedom from my addiction. I'm alive. I'm risen. And now I serve him. He help people. And no problem. I don't wait from these people thankful on other. No problem for me. I'm serve to God. And this is based for our ministry. Because this is people not thankful. Not thankful. And many served in our ministry как разочаровываются. Много служителей разочаровываются.
You know, there's many ministers, they just disappointed because they have not result. They are working, they help people, and after these people just treat you like nothing. So, you know this. But this is have not to be our goal and motivation. We don't expect anything from people. It's between me and God, what I
Yeah.
said. Even if people is looking at their interest, you know, they just take from you and go. So, okay, now if you believe and I serve you, but I serve this person, this is his decision, what I serve you.
About this, Pastor Sunday speak in this anniversary. You give love, give love, give love, give love. No problem. I'm not waiting return. I'm not waiting. I only give. Give love. Give love. Okay, no problem. And if you want to do this, you have results. Okay. Rehabilitation Center is the system. Is the system. If we know this, Babusha, they have a problem. And if we know this, we can find elements of system. We can know elements of system. For example, let's thinking about driving a car before 100 years. Driving a car before 100 years. 1980. Let's thinking about this. This is maybe something. And this is was a miracle. Man who can drive in 100 years ago, it's a miracle. It's unbelievable. Because nobody knows about car. But now, okay, let's thinking about space flight. About 50 years ago. It's unbelievable. But now, скажи, и то же самое с реабилитацией.
About the system, this is two examples. Car, you know, nobody knew how to do it, but today everybody knew how to do it, how to drive. The same is with the Rehabilitation Center. If today only few people knows how to do it, if you know how, everyone in this world and this room can do it. The same.
Because this is a system. Okay, now we have drive school. We have drive school. No problem. You started education 1, 2, 3 months. Go. No problem. We have, как это сказать, космический туризм.
today now for the space.
Space tourism, no problem. You started some prepared trainings and go, no problem.
And everybody can.
3 months and money. And you in space with baggage. And rehabilitation. Before 10 years, yeah, we have problem. Wow, how it worked. We don't know. But now, so many have rehabilitation in all of Ukraine, in all of our country, in other countries. So many centers. And we have the first. We have rules. First, second, third. We have examples. We can see how it worked in this. And the third, we have assistance. Assistance, support. We ready support everyone who wants started with. We ready support. This is the first steps. This is the second steps. This is the but if we now talk about all of system, it's it's a little hard. But the first, second, and third steps, now we understand it. And if you started, you see little results. But after that, we can, the next step, this way. Okay, you have some people, now you can do that. You can do that. This is, maybe can say leader. You can work with him, with with a system. We have a system for leadership.
I will support.
Okay, okay.
Assistance. Translating assistance, my brother. So the main thing is, you know, there is problem of drugs and alcohol in the world.
Yeah.
And in many churches, they are waiting for miracle. Miracle. God set them free. Yeah? But this problem is still to be very big problem. But because of knowledge and system that you are hearing today now, we can understand that you can solve the problem of drugs and addiction from alcohol as any problem through the knowledge that is putting in the system. You are not sitting and waiting, oh God, help these people, pray, okay? No, you put the system with rules, with examples, with assistance, and just create solution. This is this instrument that you can take and bring in your country, in your city, to bring this solution. You don't need to pray. You have this strength.
Okay, no
You are
problem.
here.
Yes.
Just work. Just have the right motivation and thinking, take this.
Yes, we praying with my wife. We praying every evening for all of our ministry, for individually. If we know, oh, this man have problem, no problem. We have prayed, but we haven't worked. Not only pray, not only pray and work and steps every day, every day, every day. Okay. System, no problem. 4 part. Хорошо. Окей. 4 part. 4 основных части.
Four important part the system has.
Okay. Engage. You can have system how engage people. Second, groups, where you are working with these people. Engage and groups. Engage and groups. And we have 2 category people, relative and addicted. But when you start to engage, the first who come with you, it's a relative. About 18% it's a relative, and 20% it's addicted people. And you must have 2 groups. 2 groups. Groups relative, groups addict. Engage relative, engage addict. Very simple. engage system, group system. Engage, now we talk about this. Group system, this is material. This is a book for relative. This is handbook for addict people. No problem. Simply. Engage, groups, relative, addicted. Okay. How does it work? The first, advertise. Advertise. People must know about us. People must know about you. If you started this work, people must know. How he know about you? How? The first, I'm writing what we use it in Bulgaria. Street advertising. Something brochure. What do you need? What do you want? For example, we have office when we do groups. And around our office, one time in a week, we лепим афиши.
We just put the advertised posters on the walls.
Posters on the walls around our office. You advertise your phone number. Remember this. You advertise your phone number. When you do advertising, people must be see first what you do, where you do this, and your number. Three things. What are you do? Big letters. Help for addiction. Help for drugs addiction. Help for alcohol. Help homeless. Center for drug addiction. Big letter. Boom. People see. Men see this. Okay. Where?
Where it happened. Address.
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 And phone number. Phone number. Street advertising. Location. In your city, in your region. Internet. Facebook advertising. It's very simple. What I do? I have Facebook page. Center of Rehabilitation. And I write some post. For example, if you see my visit card, I have photo before and after. It's very interesting. People like to see that. Wow. And I put this photo in my page and writing. Free drug addict help. In my town address and my phone number. And what I do? I am pay for this advertise. €1 per day. €1. Only €1. Maybe 3 days or 5 days. And you know how many people see this? Through 3,000. But I can target in my city or all of country. This is как вы сами решаете.
Yeah, so you decide by yourself the strategy. You know what is better for your region, how to advertise things.
Okay, and I write opportunities. What are you can? Maybe television, maybe radio, maybe.
So a lot of things.
A
lot of different how you can do the advertising. Maybe it will be in the radio, TV. Maybe you will create some event. Maybe you go in schools somewhere.
Yes. One of we can know it's must be systemly.
But the important is it can to be systematically all the time.
For example,
Once
if you're not resource, for example, you're not a team, you are one. Okay. One day on a week, on Monday, you can advertise. You do advertise. Every Monday. Every Monday. Maybe you only 2 hours a day. By every, you can take your region, prepare brochures, and for example, okay, I have 1 hour. How many, сколько домов я могу быть?
How many houses I can go today in 1 hour?
Okay, for example, 10 hours, 10 houses. This is my plan to this week. I do this. For the next week, the next 10 houses. The next week. You understand? Systemly. Systemly is a winner.
Yeah, so if you will do everything systematically, you will get result, you will win. So you just plan it. If you have, for example, in your street 100 houses, you say, okay, if every week I will just touch with the information 10 houses, so one Monday you go 10 houses, after next Monday again next 10 houses. So in 1 month, in 2 months, you can just bring information to every house. You know, the people will know you. This is advertising.
Yes, and maybe parallel, you can do advertise in internet. No problem. For this, we don't have many time. Okay, this is advertise. We advertising our phone number. Remember this? Okay. When you do advertising, people started call you. The second part, call. What we say when people call me. The first, we have mini presentation. Because people ask it, oh, what are you do? I have this problem. I have problem with my sons. What are you do? And you say, okay, we have program, and we work it for this program, and this program we can groups for relative. If you have phone number from relative, we have group for relative. One time on a week. If you have pen, writing now and waiting when people take pen, take paper and writing your address, your day, your time. Okay, and you mini presentation. We don't can rehabilitation from a calling. when he calling, no, don't try. Don't try you rehabilitate. It's impossible.
To explain what you are doing, etc.
Our goal, appointing a meeting. Our goal, appointing a meeting. People who call in must become on for us. Maybe they have some questions. Answer for these questions. Once единственное, что должны понять люди.
The main point, the one thing that everyone have to understand from the calling.
You are professional. I know what can do чтобы решить эту проблему.
To solve this problem. So the people that call have to understand that you have solution. So you need to be sure of this, confidence, yes. And if people will be sure, they will come.
Because this is work, как на доверие.
Everything that is involved in this thing is building on the trust. People have to trust you.
Yeah.
You need
Because
to
it's
build
a
trust.
problem. Many people live in this problem many years, and don't say nobody.
If person call, it's already he wants solution.
Yes.
So, he need to trust to somebody. Try his problem also.
Okay, and the third part of our system is a meeting. When people come to you in a meeting, we are motivation for groups. We talk about our program. We prepared for all of parents this book. In Bulgarian, we translate this book in Bulgarian, and for 1 year we selling 700 books. 700 books, because book to walk before you.
Quickly, it's faster than
faster.
you, even your feet.
Как перед вами.
Yeah, the books is going before you.
Before you. And here we have our contact, our website, Facebook pages, and мы дарим эти книги.
Yeah, and when people came first time, we just give them this book as gift.
When people started to go in our groups, we say about this, buy these books and gift, and gift.
Yeah.
If you know people who want, who have this problem, gift for him. Okay. Understand? No, not hard. It's easy. Advertise, have calling, have meeting. Okay, we have group. We have group. We have group. 2 group. Group for relatives. Relatives. Groups for addict. Okay, if you one, no teams. You can do this group, one group about 2 hours. And you, как вы можете определить для себя.
You can decide.
Decide for yourself when you do these groups. Usually we do in evening. For example, groups for relatives at Tuesday, for addicted from Friday, for example. No problem. But we can choose one day when we do it, and constancy. Constancy.
So every
Eh,
week, at the
yeah.
same day, at the same time.
For example, we started groups in Sofia. We live in Plovdiv, in Bulgaria, but we started groups in Sofia. And we, как решили? And we decide what groups in Sofia every Monday. Now, 14 months, every Monday, we in Sofia. It's a system. Every Monday, 14 months, we in Sofia. Every Monday. We have time from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30. And people know. Okay. Group for relatives, once a week. When relatives come with you, the first we're thinking about his problem. What problem he have? What problem they have? And when you teaching, или when you когда вы обучатель даете тему.
When you give topic of this day,
relatives. Yes, we're thinking about these people. Example for relatives. What problem they have, and we concentrate with to this problem. Very important, the cycle of sincerity. Yesterday I learned this cycle of sincerity. Yeah? Sincerity. Very important part of our training. Yes, we write in here because every man every man, women, everyone, everybody who comes with us have a problem, and they want to say about this. They want to something here
to
to speak.
speak and take every, when you have problem in the family with the drug addicts and alcohol people, you hold this all inside. And people came to this group, and they, in the circle of sincerity, this is time when everyone can take this from outside and just talk and tell something that he never told and cannot share with anyone outside.
Ближе микрофон.
Outside.
Okay. And we give home task, because this is group once on a week, and all of day he do home task. For example, prayers, write the Bible, practicals, all of we have in this homework.
Everything
handbook.
that they are doing in home, the home task, is also written in the handbook.
Okay, groups for addicted, we do once a week and more often. How you have time? When we started with Katya, we do one groups on a week. She is work with relatives. I am with addict. One day, parallel, we have two groups in our flat. No problem. Yeah, no problem.
In one room,
Yes.
group of relatives, in another
Yeah.
room of your flat.
Because we have many other what we can do. We work it. We teach language. We do advertise. We don't have many time. And we decide one day we do groups, our groups. And we started from this. After about 6 months, our groups is grow, and we no place in our flat. Okay, but we have leaders. We have как постоянные члены группы.
We have the members of the group that was coming again and again, always.
And we speak about they and ask. Okay, we can need more office. We can need office. Okay, how many money we can go? Сколько мы можем собрать? Как мы это сделаем?
So the people that was already like the team, they are part of the team for this work.
Because they have a result in his family.
Yeah, these people.
And they как доверяют нам.
Right, they already tried.
For us. Trust for us. No problem. They see, oh, it's a really как? Ладно.
Let's clap.
I don't have word.
This is shows that you can do everything. Don't see what resources you have. If you have heart, you can do everything. Let's back.
This is это что-то похожее, как мы начинали на болгарском вести группы.
Now for me, you can see now how I start with Bulgarian people. I always like.
I don't know Bulgarian.
I cannot speak Bulgarian well, but I speak.
And we have results, no problem.
We have results.
Yes.
We do it the same with English.
And now we started in English.
Yeah.
And I know after 1 year,
Yeah, after 1 year.
no problem. Okay.
When the people in the groups that was coming in the groups to Dmitry,
Давай новый.
they saw the result in their family. They saw that this worked, and they continue to come, and they already became members of this program and group. And then when they started to grow, we see that our flat is small now, but for this we need money, yeah? So then
What we can do?
we said what we can do.
What we can do? We together. We a team. 10 people. Okay. If we have for 10 euros for a month, you can give 10 euros of every month. Yes. Okay, no problem. We find it office and we find. We search and we find. No problem. And now we have office.
From zero, do you know? No, if
And-
you don't have money, don't worry. You see, you
And-
have your house.
Yes. And afterward, we have one groups for relatives. Katja do. In Tuesday. Monday? Tuesday. Повторник. Tuesday. And Friday, I have from addict. And Wednesday, I have from addict. You understand? This office, we have 3 or 4 groups. Every Monday in Sofia. Other days, we have an hour. Because for addict people, one times, it's not enough. But no problem.
So can you see? Can you see how it works?
Okay, groups for addict people once a week and more often. What are you want? What are you can? Not reason to try take a big. Да, ну нет смысла сразу там много, по чуть-чуть.
Yeah. So don't take, the big mountain on your shoulders immediately. Start from the small, growing. So from small, start. Don't worry.
From these people who came to you, you have a system. You have a system from 1 month, from 2 months, from 3 months, from 6. You understand? You have a system. Why? Because you help and his problem.
When you bring solution, this will be grow. You just be constantly and bring solution.
Okay, what we do in these groups? We have handbook. We have example for addict people, not related. For addict people example. Motivation for success. Who was yesterday in Rehabilitation Center, you can see how Pastor Christina is motivated. Yes? You see this? How is motivated? You can. No, как, не сдавайся.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
You can. So
You can.
you can.
You can. Don't give up. What if you need? They need it. Individual work. Individual work because every person is individually. But we teaching about this. No problem. We ready to get support for everybody. 24 hours support for these people. You can be ready for this. They can call in for you in the night and weekend and Sunday. Hello, I have problem. Can pray for me? Okay. Yes, this is. But this is people for a young, for a baby, like a baby. Baby need 24 hours support. Every 2 hours eating. And this work подобно.
Yeah, so, when people came, they are like babies. So you need to be ready to support them 20 hours from the beginning, maybe. And after you help them grow.
Yes, and when they grow, they stay leaders who don't live for yourself, for myself. I don't live for myself. I
The
don't.
sons. This is the son.
Yeah,
Grown.
yeah. I live for God. I like my смысл моей жизни совершенно другой.
Yeah, the sense of my life is just to live for others people. When I came, I was baby. I was not thinking of for
Yeah.
this, but now the sense of my life is just to live for other people.
Okay. Supper. We are ready to help you open and develop a rehabilitation center. We are ready. Why? Do you ask it me? Before our goals, not live for myself, for our goal, распространение Царства Божьего.
Our goal is to spread the kingdom of God, not living
all
just
of
for
earth.
my part.
No problem for us. And now we see our pastor walk in the wall, English people or English speaking. Okay, and we, because yesterday I said in autobus, we a team for Pastor Natasha, and we always forward because we have English version, we have English books. Now we started, and we have more material in English.
So not only for Ukraine now.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
you live also for people in
And we live
countries.
in Europe with my wife. We live in Europe, and we see it's simple. We can fly for all of Europe. Как дешево.
It's cheap to fly in the Europe.
It's no problem for
No
us.
problem.
Okay. Choose a person in your team who will be responsible for coordinating rehabilitation center. Choose. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's our system. Choose one man. И познакомьте нас.
So you can find or choose one person from your team, from your environment, just and take this person, like let this person, if you have no time or if you will not be do this by yourself, like give to this person to be connected with the Dimitri, so he can, he can give
And we
everything to
continue
this
this.
person. So
You have
these
my
persons that you
visit
choose
card.
in your team, in your country, can do this in your country there. And have
Yes.
people
You can write me, call me, Viber, WhatsApp, and or write my email, and we can start with work from Skype, and we can start.
Yeah, so if you don't know how and you need support, you just through Skype, through Viber,
Yes.
contact and ask many questions, so he will support and help what to do.
How I can see this? We can we can have 1 week session in Skype. We choose a day, and every week systemly started with working. Level for level, level for level. And we only say what you can do. Do this. Okay, the first step. Okay, the next week, what do you have? You have some results. You do this or not? Why do you not? What problem you have?
So, like immediately practically steps.
Coaching,
Yeah, and feedback.
like coach.
Okay, today we are talking that this week, 2 hours, for example, do this. So you go, you do. After next week, you come and say me feedback. What was good, was not good, what problem you met. So, and we work out immediately, not theoretically. In practical, immediately, the people are working.
For me, it's a practical English.
For me, yeah, it's an example. Don't talk, I will learn this language, I will do practice.
Okay, and now we have.
Don't be afraid of mistakes, don't be afraid.
And now we have some the necessary literatures with a handbook, with a book, and for example, I buy now in anniversary in church. I buy 15 books for Pastor Sunday for rehabilitation, not new books for rehabilitation about pray, about you and your pastors, if you know this book, 15 books I pay I buy for me, for my working. But I know, book, it's my helper. Book help me. Because he have a problem, and when he read book, I not have problem after that. Because this is problem for a little time came to me. And я должен их решать.
Yeah, so when there is like problems, but solution is already in the book. So this person can come to me, you know, and spend my time, you know, a lot. But the book help also make your time more value. You can spend your time for something else to do, you know, to help more people. And book is working and support this person with the problem.
Окей.
This is helper.
Давайте представим.
So let's imagine.
Let's imagine. Addict man. He have как ежедневное занятие.
Every day he do something.
He do something with his addiction. Now he came to me. I speak with him. What they can do all of day. What? He don't know. He don't understand. What do? Okay, I'm understanding. I have problem. I don't want to come from my old friends. But what I can do? Read the book. Read the book. Because we have once of a week our meeting. What he do?
6 other days.
Okay, and my work заполнить это время.
My work is to give him what he will do all of this time when I cannot see him.
Preaching, book, film, audio. In this handbook, all of step we recommended movie. For example, step 4, School of Life. You recommended you movie, School of Life. It's not Christian. Yes, it's not Christian. Because our work to change principle, to change his mind. And from movie, from book, from our session, from preaching. And
So in this handbook you can find everything what you give to the person that is came to you and wants to be free and spend what he will spend time. You can recommend him today you will do this, this tomorrow you will do this. So you fill his time. You help him with this, giving this program to him.
okay, what we can do more? Online Skype groups. Online Skype groups. Maybe for a little time, when we have contact, and when you started some steps, and you invited people, we can help you and online work with people. Maybe one time of a month. I can speak about myself, about my story, or something themes. Online. Now we started with this online groups. This is Rehabilitation Center in internet.
Empower. You empower the work that somebody is doing in another country by your story.
Yes. Мы можем усилить.
Empower.
Empower. We can empower from online Skype. No problem. From Skype we have contact. We see people.
Yeah, you can show that, you know, you are in Canada or you in USA or in
No problem.
France, but I'm here, you know, and we are all everywhere.
For example,
we can.
now Pastor Andrei is husband for Pastor Christina. Do Skype groups for как основы христианства?
The basic of Christianity.
Basic of Christianity. We have a course, and he started from Skype with people from America. Какой штат они? From Seattle. From Seattle. They are Russian speak, and he worked with people from Seattle. No problem. Единственное, это разница во времени.
The main, only the time is different in America and in Seattle when they do the
But no problem. We can do it. Okay. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. Because I can do it. I'm not specific old man. No. I was from 16 to 24. No life. Problem. But this is our results. If we don't see good, this is our football team in Bulgaria. This is the first group when Pastor Natasha come in Bulgaria, the first conference. This is the first groups for relatives. This is conference. This is our addicted group. This is our leaders in Bulgaria. This is groups for parents. You see? How many? About 25 people. 25. This is relatives. This is groups. This is advertised.
on the street,
On the street, no problem.
telephone and
Видите,
like help.
you see? The big letter. Help. Help. And number. This is our group. It's very simple. We can ready for work about 5-7 years, and we have big results. Okay, we have time for a question. I know you have a questions because I. Okay.
Yeah, if you have questions.
Yeah.
Thank God for what God is doing through you.
Может выключить? Давай выключим это.
I want to ask some questions. I know that this is
Что надо сделать? Выключить. А где выключать? Окей. Yeah.
you are doing a wonderful job. Wonderful. When I look at you, I see more or less somebody challenging me, and that we need to wake up. We really need to wake up. And I know also that this is one of the secrets of the growth of this church. I mean, the God wonders, because Pastor DSC have already taught us many times on this. And the number one question, maybe I will take it to
Okay, no problem.
because I really want you to educate me.
Okay.
How do we, at a point, because your card talks about rehabilitation, drug addicts.
Mm-hmm.
And when we talk about rehabilitation, if I'm wrong, please correct me.
Mm-hmm.
When we talk about rehabilitation, it's more than that. It's vast. We have those from the prison.
Mm-hmm.
We have those on the street,
Mm-hmm.
the prostitute,
Mm-hmm.
etc., etc. Are you, do you have experience in that field also, or you are only limited to that area of drug addict? Because when one embark on it,
Yeah.
one should be ready to know what he will be facing.
Okay. This is program universal. We can work it with all of people. All of, because problem or, как сказать, корень зависимости. root of the addiction, it's a sin. It's a sin. The first term in our program, we teaching what everyone's have spiritual poverty. Spiritual poverty. Vacuum. Poverty. Within every person, especially addicted people, there is emptiness. Emptiness. Spiritual vacuum. Self-dissatisfaction. Feeling of inferiority and other complexes. This is what drives a person to search for something what can fill the empties. And more often it's drugs, cigarettes, alcohol, gambling, virtual wars, crime. The research for emotional satisfaction is people do this because they have spiritual vacuum. And this spiritual vacuum, they empty for all of разными способами. All of variants. Prostitute, drugs, all of food.
All people in the world, they try in different ways to fill their emptiness.
And
Somebody drugs, somebody alcohol, somebody in prostitution, somebody food, and anything else.
okay, and what our answer for this problem? We have two ways. The wrong way, alcohol, drugs, another, and the right way, spiritually growing, write the Bible, find yourself, help other people. This is a right way how we can empty this poverty, пустота, emptiness. How we can do it. Yes, how we can feel this emptiness.
Yeah, so
And this is an answer. No problem. What addict have men? No problem for us. Because we don't, мы не побеждаем зависимость.
we don't win addiction.
We don't win addiction. We, yes, мы показываем, как заполнить пустоту.
We show to people how the right way, how to fill their emptiness.
And when his emptiness is empty, a full, they don't want drugs. Okay, was 8 years drug addict. The last 1 or 2 years, I use drugs 3 times on a day, every day. Like eat. For breakfast, for dinner, for lunch. And I don't, как я не забыл это.
I didn't forget.
I didn't forget this. This is no X-Men. Как люди в черном? Man in Black. You know this movie, Man in Black. You remember? Yeah. No. But here I have more. I have more. I don't know. I don't. Мне не надо. I don't need this. I don't need drugs, alcohol.
You don't need any more because
I have more.
you have more than drugs.
I don't hungry. But they hungry. They don't understand. This is spiritually hungry. They don't understand. They don't know the right way. Don't know. Because общество, society take for him only wrong way, only wrong. Drugs, prostitute, alcohol, casino. What don't only because we know why. Because a devil, because a darkness. But we show the right way. And when he started to come our groups, this is a first time. And we show this, and we say, okay, no problem. You can smoke, you can drink a little, but start it a right way. Right way. The Lord is the Spirit, and where is the Spirit of the Lord, there is a liberty. You can start it. Emptiness. Как наполнять себя. You can start fool yourself with Spirit of the Lord. You can start full of yourself, the Spirit of the Lord. And when you fullness, where is a liberty? You can free. You stay free. Why? Because you full with right way.
Then you stop.
Okay.
You know why I asked that question? You've already answered it. Why I asked that question, Dimitri,
Okay.
is that I was into that of reaching out to the sisters in prostitutions before. And when we started recently again, when we started recently, it was towards our brethren from Africa who are on the street in Paris, no place to sleep. So now, the fear all this while has always been that if we continue, we will be exposed to different kinds of people. And since we have experience in only one side, we should be careful of what. So if I understand you well, you are good in the whole, and I mean there is always an answer to whatsoever comes from that field, and that if one work with you, one will be able to at least whatsoever comes. If it is not the one that one is used to, there will always be an answer if that is correct. Now, my second question is. Thank you for the first.
I'm asking you.
No, you've sorted it out.
I'm answering.
Yeah, you gave me the answer.
Okay.
Thank you. How do we, because we are talking about a ministry.
Yeah.
It's not a church.
Your questions about money?
No, not money.
Okay.
This rehabilitation is a ministry.
Yeah, it's a ministry.
It's not a church.
Not a church, okay.
Okay?
How we consist?
Oh, thank you very much. Because at a point, if the same people, I and my wife, that is engaged in that of the church, now interested in this area, how do we, because if we take the church,
Yeah.
we might miss the goal. We might miss the goal. But if we leave the church in the church and go for the rehabilitation as we've been doing, it's more easier. How do one really continually separate it?
Okay, understand. Okay, what we do? The first, usually, church not answer for these people. Usually, not answer, not have answer for problem addicted. Okay. Usually, when addicted man go in church, he don't have answer. He don't have. Yes, we can give a food or clothes. No, but we don't in church. We don't have specially for solution for this problem. What I see. For example, a program in a school. Yes, in a school we have the first, first class, second, third, to 10, for example. Yes, in a church we preaching. Today we preaching from mathematics from 5 class. The next week, biology from 9. The next week, geometry from 7. And addict men not have all of picture, but Christianity, about Christianity. They don't understand now for us. Yes, they listen. They choose, понимают. They understand it's a normal, but not have, in our program, we have a system. We have a system step by step, step by step. And after that, when he go in church, no problem, this is, they listen about something, I know, это дополняет.
What the person hearing in the chat after meditation, it's all that we understand, and this helps him and support and empower him.
This is the first. The second, our goal, a personal relationship with God. Personal relationship with God. In our program, in step 9 by 9 step number 9, we teaching about this, about personal relationship with God. And when the man have personal relationship with God, no problem. Church is I am. Church is I am. I am a church. I am, как я носитель Бога. But when we go in church, this is our, как наш штаб. Church is our office when we teaching strategy, how we work it. But my church, all of city. All of city. This is my church. But church is our office. When I thinking, we brainstorm. And now, this is a second. The third, now we have models, a social church. If we tell about our ministry in Bulgaria, social church, we don't have classic church. Don't have classic. We don't do classic ministry in a Sunday. No problem for us. Because our church every day, every groups, we teaching about Bible. We teaching about principle. We life example for these people. But one a month we have night pray. One a week we have, как мы говорили, основы христианства. Basis of Christianity. And people who started go in a group, they understood, okay, this is a Christianity. Something, что-то связано с Библией. Something connected with Bible. But they have problem. And он готов на все. He is ready for Bible, for Christian, no problem. He have a problem. I have 8 years addicted. For me, no problem. People, okay, Bible, what in your Bible? Let's try. I'm ready for Bible, for all of, because I have problem. But for little time, we say, okay, you started to grow in Christianity. And we have for you basic of Christianity, course. Our course, 1 a week, отдельно. Separately. Okay. With groups, he started in course. After that course, we say, okay, you be ready for night pray. Начинаем молитву.
Now you are ready for the night prayer.
1 a month, we have...
Come to us in night prayer. Then they tell them.
And in groups, course, and night prayer, he grow spiritually. It's a leader. He have personal. Connect with God. No problem.
Thank you very much. Let me end it with this last one. I know many also ask questions. There's one thing that we didn't make mention is the law of the land.
Mhm.
Because I don't know of other countries. So you know Ukraine and some other countries you might have visited. I know a little about that of France.
Okay.
The more you tend to become bigger, the more ISIS are going to be on you. Especially when the facilities is there. I mean, there's a house, I mean, there's a hall. And that suddenly people start trooping inside. The eyes, when I mean eyes, it's not even on the money side. It's on the how secure is the place, etc., etc. And that also can be an obstacle to somebody who wants to really go bigger
Mhm.
in such a thing. How do you go about such? Especially, let me come up with an example. We went out on the street again, and we were distributing. We prepared baguettes. Baguettes. What is this?
Bread. No problem. Yes. We understand. You give it for homeless.
So we prepared it, and we were distributing it to them.
Mhm.
Only for us to, we got a call at night, and they were telling us it was a brother who also was involved in such before, and was telling us that what did we do? I told him that it was baguette. We gave out baguette, and he told us that if the police sees such, I mean, if there is, if anything comes up as a result of eating food made by hand,
Mm.
that it can affect us. And that the Red Cross, those big charity organizations that are involved in things like that,
Yeah.
always buy their own things. I mean, if it is in a tin, I mean packed, they are specially for those people. Now, we don't have such contact, and that if we are to continue, I mean, reaching out to them in that same way,
Mhm.
and it happens one of them eats the food and something else.
Yes.
You know, there are many of them, the Muslims, they don't eat pork, they don't eat their food, they don't eat. So you who is going down there, yours is just want to serve them. And that if it happens that they fall sick, so let me just go directly. Looking at the legislation, the law, how do one go about it, especially one who desires that this thing should be big?
Мгм. Окей. Я правильно понял, они кормят людей, и есть там какие-то организации, с которыми могут больше это делать, и он хочет понять, что делать дальше. Да. 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 Да, я понял. Okay. What I think about this. When we give to eat from other people, homeless, to other people, for homeless, when we give to eat, this is приманка.
This is like, you just use this bread for people just to come
To get them, yeah?
You understand? I don't this word in English. Maybe you help me.
Please continue. I understand what you say.
What? Baits. This is a bait. But our central topic changed his mind. If we don't change with mind with people. No problem. No, nothing. No results. Because now he's eating, but after 3 hours, he won't eat. He won't eat. We don't have results. Yes, it's a good work. Because мы решаем какие-то базовые потребности.
When we give food to people, we bring solution to some basic needs of people.
But using this is bread, this is basic needed. We can work it with people for this program. Okay, he go to you because they hungry, but you say, okay, no problem. I give you bread, but after 20 minutes. Now, sitting, and I want something say you. No problem. You can do this in the street. If you have some rooms.
Let me make it simple. Let me make it simple.
Как сделать это законно?
Допустим, да, его не то, что это премиалка, что сделать дальше. Он почему, ну как решать вот эти проблемы с полицией, с разрешением.
Окей.
Дальше, когда большая организация, хотя они хотят вот это сделать.
Да.
Как вы,
Окей.
потому что ну,
Окей.
проблема со здоровьем, потом
Да.
придут к вам, закроют вашу церковь.
Okay, what we do? We have a contract with medical, with something specialty, because in every country we have law, we have a different law, different rules, how we can do it, and we do this from NGO. We have NGO in Bulgarian, and we work it how NGO. But we have, but in the country have something rules, something laws, and you can know this. You can have a lawyer and no, yeah.
You need to know the law of the land and follow it. And if you want to feed people, go to all organizations that is connection with this. Sign contracts, okay, what I need.
Yes, what?
Of course, and then continue to feed people. But like with agreement, because countries also caring about what is food, what you did.
Yes. Maybe if you do bread, maybe you need something paper or what. And yes, but what about I say about these works? Because I see when people many times only eat, take on only feed them.
And stop after this. We didn't give
But
them after more important things.
But now we can know this. This is our приманка.
Like trick. How two people can come.
Yes. Okay, you want it? Okay, come on. But we have program. Let's start it. Work in this program. And after 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, you can see active people from all. For example, you every day to take food about 20 people, for example. Every day 20 people you take food. No problem, okay. Give. you give 20 people. And you see, как наблюдайте за ними.
You're watching.
Okay, watching. Teaching and watching. And when you can leaders from these people, wow, it's more effective because he know all of about his life. We don't know about his. I'm never live in how homeless. I'm never to be homeless. Because I know something. But if I want to work with homeless, I need to take from one homeless a leader to help him. How I can? From a program. We have this program worked 24 years. 24 years. And this is not new. This is worked 24 years. We have result.
Thank you.
I don't want. Okay. Yeah. You.
Question, no, please, I'll say it now, no need for my phone. Somebody said, use prepackaged. Sorry.
Okay.
All right. Concerning the food, your concern is for food and safety. Your concern is for health safety, food and safety. Using prepackaged meal, like there are biscuits you can buy, like it's already packaged two in a pack. That can have even some sausage roll, some sandwiches you can buy from Don's. I don't know what you have there. You can buy from Don's, not Adult, Lidl or Deals. They have prepackaged ones that you can show that you bought from the shop. That will also help. Instead of preparing, the danger is when you prepare yourself and something happens, you'll be responsible. But if you paid for it, you have receipts that it was paid for and it was purchased. Yeah, that will help. At least temporarily.
Especially in France, you can work with NGO, Banque Alimentaire. Yes, and they will give you packaged food for a very low price. Yes, I have a Nigerian pastor friend who has opened a center like this in Toulouse. Yes, we're gonna talk.
Okay. You have a question? You have questions? After Susan. Okay.
Okay, so
Microphone.
Okay, so my question is, like I already told you guys, like in Canada where I'm from, Thunder Bay, the suicide rate is really, really high. Like youth are hanging themselves all the time, and there is a lot of drug addiction in my society, alcohol, my community, it's really high. Like the murder rate is really high. So what I was thinking when I go back, that I would like to go to like the mayor of the city, Thunder Bay, like just to give this proposal. I'm gonna step out to take this responsibility to help the city, how I can help decrease the suicide rate and like the drug addiction, whatever they're doing. So how can I go and the mayor will believe me, say, hey, how you black girl, how can you help the city and like that?
Okay. The first, what I'm thinking about this, you can start it without mayor. You can start it, start advertise it, but and parallel, you have NGO. NGO. Organization. Yes. Yes. when we have organization, we come not personal. I am organization. I am from organization, and our organization work it with drug addict people. This is yes, legal and представитель.
Yeah, I am like, I present not myself, my desire, just I want to help. I present the problems that we have in society, and I am as part of society, because this is why I create this organization, because it's not only my desire, but I am seriously with this topic. And when you have organization, this shows to major and to people that you are serious. So the first step, as said Dimitri, you have to don't start from major, but for the people bring solution, and with them you will organize this organization and you will go to the major.
Yes, and when you go in a major, you can show what you do. For example, this is a people.
It's real. You see, this person is talking how this program ends, not just by your words,
Yeah.
but example, real example.
Okay, and when you started, if you not have office, and major maybe can take you office, maybe, maybe not. Give you, sorry.
Like, because this is what I'm thinking. Like, I can't do it. I would love to do it in my house, but I have kids, so I can't really bring them because I'm ready to take the step. But it's the office space. So if I go and I want to talk to him because he's a really good male, he will talk. So I was like, okay, like this, I want a space so I can help these people.
If you have connect with major, you can try this. But if he don't give you office, you can search. Yes. For example, yesterday I'm told about Sofia. We find office in one of church. Yes, one of church or other NGO, other organization. You need 2 hours for a week. 2 hours. Okay, one evening. If you have some offices, if you have some rooms for me, but people must be know about you every Monday from 7 to 9. Groups for relatives every Monday, and you do advertise.
You've almost answered my question. It's just in relation. If you start with somebody, when is the right time to get an NGO? To start an NGO?
Когда начать организацию? Today. Yesterday. Yes, because this is legalize our work. If you started little results, no problem. But what are your goal? I want every big city in Bulgaria have rehabilitation center. This is my goal. This is my topic. But if I want this goal, I need NGO. No problem. Today I'm starting. I've search information, advocate, how we can do it. No problem. Okay.
When you are in the stage of the appointment, when you receive calls, you receive people, so you are talking about the program, and you need to say, that is my question, how do you say that the program is based on faith and Christian?
No problem. Wow, it's very simple. Okay, we have program who based on Christianity principle. Why? Because every addict people have very low level for values. Self-esteem. Low? Yeah. Low of the standing of value. For example, every simple we liar. Как украдем что-то? Steal. Морально-нравственные ценности. Steal. Liar, steal. For addict people, it's a normal. It's a normal. But how we can highest this level? How we can this level is high? How? If we use как заповеди? Command. Every know 10 commands. Everybody know. No steal. Don't steal. Don't steal. This is our rules. Because every addict people steal every day. I know men who come in rehabilitation and he called it steal a walk. He called, I go and walk. And his walk is steal. You understand? He not walk every day, not one day walking. Not. Nobody walk. He thinking about walk is still. How I can change this? How? 10 заповедей. 10 command. This is the first, первое объяснение. First explanations. Because low level. The second, the man consists of 3 parts: the spirit, the soul, and the body. Everybody knows this, and nobody say to you, no. I only 2 parts. Everybody know 3 parts: spirit, soul, and body. Okay, and you're addicted in spirit, in soul, and the body. But in medical, only body. Medicine, only body can help and not result. Okay, you can go something psychological, hypnosis. This is a soul. No results. If you tried free spirit, yes, we don't, not our goal, you stay religion man. No, but you can start it spiritual growing, step by step. No problem. Because when I, the first time, come in a rehabilitation center, and he said me, okay, we read the Bible. Okay, show me your Bible. I never read the Bible. Because what I thinking about Bible, it's a very thick book, and very little letter. Yeah, and I'm thinking this is very hard for me. Very thick book, little letter, and 2 parts every. But men who invite me, who meet me, they say, okay, I show you but 1 verse from a Bible, and we discuss about this. Okay, and he showed me I yesterday speak about this. He showed me. Так. Romans 7, 90, 20. Romans 7, 90, 20. For the good, what I will to do, I do not do. Ooh. I see myself, because I have good, but not to do this. But the evil, I will not to do what I practice. Evil, I want not to do. I don't want this evil. But every day. Now, if I do what I will not to do, it's no longer I who do it, but sin what dwells in me. And this is verse answer for all of questions who I want inside me, because I have this question: why I live? For this, why I am addicted? I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want. I want be good, but not much. And when you speaking in this, no problem, because people starting the see. Oh, it's normal. It's the first step in our handbook. We show some verses from Bible, and when he reading this verse, he see yourself. Wow, Bible! It's a book for me, about my problem, about my situation, because I see a big problem. I see alcohol and other. And for us, no problem. And for relatives, so more easy. Because every relatives who have addict person in house, I pray every day, God, help me, crying, God, help. And when he goes, for us, no problem. But third, very important, you must be normal, not religion. You can be not. You are normal. When they see to me, when we speaking, and they understand, I am normal. I am not fanatic. I am not fanatic. I am normal. But I am Christianity. I say, I am Christianity. You see me. How are you feeling? I am fanatic. No. I am religion. No. Okay. Christianity, not fanatic. And we don't have problem in this thing. Надо заканчивать. Еще полчаса? Ты мне будешь помогать? Супер. Ты задание надо проводить. Ну ладно. Okay. One more questions? Yes.
You say something about
Okay.
just about this not to be fanatic, because now the most situation we come across is when you are going to do a ministry in people like this, you need to be wise. As a pastor, if I'm coming, I don't tell people I'm pastor, even anyone, just say I'm brother. Or
no problem,
so we don't need this kind of title with us. But do you, in your experience, you did not have a goal like this person to give a life to Jesus, so that Holy Spirit can be fast doing a job inside, or you just relax to be a normal person with your values inside of you, and leave a room to the Spirit who will lead the person. Or in your own mindset, do you have any goal like Holy Spirit? Okay, let's explain that.
Okay, we'll start translation from now on.
Я правильно понял, он говорит о том, что я пастырь, и когда я иду к этим людям, я не должен говорить, что Иисус тебя любит, а просто я знаю это в голове, и вот что мне говорит, правильно? В чем его вопрос?
So, if I...
Нет, я тебя спрашиваю на русском, чтобы уточнить вопрос, я правильно отвечал.
Да,
Или ты не понял, не услышал?
Да, я думаю, что он говорит о том, что он, ну, не нужно быть фанатиками, из-за этого, когда мы идем к людям, ну, это просто пример был такой, что когда мы к ним идем, мы не показываем им, что мы так пастор, мы такой с Иисуса, а мы братья. И я думаю, что он просто спрашивает, ну, как вы, да.
Хорошо. Как мы это делаем?
So I'll tell you how we do it, how we spread Christianity without being fanatic.
Когда я вижу зависимого человека,
When I see a drug addicted or anything addicted person,
ну, я же его узнаю сразу.
it's kind of easy to tell if they're suffering from addiction right away.
Я подхожу ему и говорю, что я знаю, как я тебе нужно помочь.
I go up to him and say, I have a solution to your problem.
Я сам был зависимым.
Because I was addicted to substances myself.
Вот тебе моя визитка.
Here's my business card.
Видишь, вот это я был.
See, this is the way I was before. There's a before and after picture. Now I look like this.
Если ты хочешь, чтобы твоя проблема решилась,
And if you want your problem to be solved,
позвони.
call me.
Все.
And that's it.
И когда у него будет проблема,
And when he has a problem,
когда у него будет трудное время,
when he'll be going through difficult times,
а трудное время будет у каждого зависимого,
and every addicted person will go through difficult times,
он мне позвонит.
then he will call me.
И тогда я приглашу его на группу.
Then I'll invite him to my group.
И на группе я уже расскажу ему, почему надо читать Библию.
And then at the group, when he's already come to me, that's when I'll tell him why he needs to read the Bible.
Потому что когда он придет ко мне,
Because when he comes to me,
он уже готов на все.
he's already ready to accept anything.
Я не пытаюсь помочь человеку, когда он этого не хочет.
I won't try to help a person if they don't want my help.
Но если наш разговор подходит к тому, что я чувствую, что я могу помолиться за него,
Unless, of course, there are cases when we are talking and I see that I have the chance to pray for him.
нет проблем. Я предлагаю, что я могу за тебя помолиться.
Then there's no problem. I'll offer, definitely, can I pray for you?
И тогда мы молимся.
Then we pray.
Но если я вижу, что человек не расположен,
But if I see that the person isn't receptive to my message,
я могу отдельно помолиться за него.
then I can pray for him remotely when he doesn't see me.
Господь, я отдаю его в Твои руки.
Lord, I hand him over to you.
Я дал ему свою визитку.
I gave him my business card.
Дух Святой, напомни ему обо мне.
Holy Spirit, remind him about me.
Когда у него будут проблемы,
Whenever he has a problem,
пусть он придет ко мне.
let him come to me.
Вот.
And that's it.
Но надо знать одно.
But one thing must be clear.
Каждый зависимый человек
Every addicted person,
время от времени
from time to time,
хочет решить эту проблему.
wants to find a solution to their problem.
Обыкновенно они закрыты.
Usually they're closed
Потому что люди постоянно пытаются что-то с ним сделать.
because somebody is always trying to force something on them, do something with them.
И он закрыт.
And then because of that, they're closed in and shut in.
Мне не надо ваша помощь.
I don't need your help.
У меня все хорошо.
I'm fine.
Но, когда он остается один на один с самим собой,
But when they are alone with themselves,
он плачет,
they cry.
он ищет помощь.
They look for help.
И у него есть моя визитка.
And they have my card.
И все.
And that's it. И последний вопрос.
Because what I've been learning so far is we are born to serve others. And this is, I think, one of the great to receive from you.
So,
Big revelation, big help to help. But do not have experience because you have a story where you come from and where you are now. But me as Renaud, I do not have experience for this, but I have a heart. How can I make the difference in my city? Because it's difficult for us when we are in ministry. You delegate someone to do something, doesn't work. It's better for you as a leader to go to start and they can copy. But me, without experience, what can I do? Do you have any?
Окей. Я разрешаю вам официально использовать мою историю.
Then I will officially allow you to use my story.
Нет проблем.
There's no problem with that.
Вы можете дать ему эту карточку
Just give him my card
и сказать, посмотри,
and say, look at that person.
этот человек был зависим.
He was addicted.
Сейчас он свободен.
Now he's free.
И я знаю, как тебе помочь.
And I know how to help you. You can have the same results. Call me.
Вот и все.
That's it.
Я сделал такую фотографию, потому что она у меня есть.
I made this photograph because I had the chance to.
Например, Кристина,
And Christina, Pastor Christina,
у нее нет такой фотографии.
she doesn't have that photo on her card.
Она просто дает визит.
She just gives out her business card.
И она говорит, я знаю, как тебе помочь.
And she says, I know how to help you.
Например, что мы можем сделать?
So what can we do?
Здесь у нас есть сайт.
For example, we have a site there.
И когда мы даем эту визитку,
And when we give that business card to anyone,
он придет домой
he'll come home
и посмотрит наш сайт.
and he'll look at our site.
Мы можем взять наш сайт и перевести на английский язык.
We can take our site and we can translate it onto English.
С вашим телефоном.
And it can have your phone number on it.
И когда он посмотрит сайт,
And when they look at the site,
он поймет, что мы знаем, как решить эту проблему.
they'll understand that we really do have the solution to their problem.
И однажды он к вам придет.
And one day, he'll come to you.
Сеем на всяком месте.
We sow in every place we can.
Мы не знаем, где прорастет.
And we don't know which seed will grow up well.
Но если мы это делаем постоянно,
But if we are doing this constantly,
систематически,
systematically,
Бог сделает чудо и приведет к нам людей.
God will make a miracle and will bring people to us.
I would like to take picture of you before I go to Finland.
Окей. Please.
Mine is not actually a question, it's to start. Triple A is in New York, all over. It's not triple A, AA.
Yes.
Yes. And Pastor, not a person, Natasha, they talk about, I'm an alcoholic, and you present yourself and you say all that. I have written paper on alcoholism because I've gone as a degree in community health administration. So I had to write a paper by going into the actual location and see the people. So now I discovered yesterday, I am saying that I'm going to work with autistic and mentally challenged people. And yesterday I found out, not yesterday, but today, after one of our teammates, she came up and she stated when after reading Ezekiel 22 that what God wants you to do is looking for a man, someone. So when she turned and looked at me, I saw something that I did by, I didn't reject the person by saying I reject the person, an alcoholic. So the person I wanted to do some work for me, but when I came near to him and it overtake me, I like pull myself back, and then I make a decision in my heart because I did not speak, and I said no. So I did not use the person. But when she looked at me today, I saw him standing there instead of her. So then I realized that that's what I'm supposed to do, because she said we see it and we not doing it. So I haven't slept since yesterday. My eyes haven't closed, you know what I'm talking about. So it's like I can't close my eyes. I couldn't sleep, but today when she spoke, I felt like that peace comes in me that I need to go get that Thank you. He's a builder. He does construction. And he's a bricklayer. And he was telling me exactly, but my defense was to pull away and to identify today to know that I can help him to do greater things with his skill when he's released from that alcoholism.
Okay, thank you. Somebody have questions? Or all of... или все понятно?
Or is everything understandable? Is everything clear?
Okay, you can have this book. Что нам делать? Давай. Ага. А, этот хорошо работает. Тогда так, давай, я буду на русском. Я буду на русском.
Okay.
Во-первых, мы рекомендуем, чтобы вот эти книги у вас.
First of all, we recommend that you take a copy or more of one of these books.
Это наши помощники.
These books are our helpers.
700 книг в Болгарии уже работают.
7,000 books in Bulgaria are already being circulated. 700.
Даже люди, родственники, получают свободу по этим.
Even the relatives of those that come to our meetings, they are freed thanks to this book.
Да, поэтому мы, конечно, всем, кто приходит родственники, мы им продаем, это нормально.
That's why any person that comes here, even if they're not addicted, especially if they have relatives that are addicted, we sell this to them, and that is our normal agenda.
И методичка для того, чтобы вы знали, это для вашего пользования.
And we have this handbook, which is solely for your use,
Или для тех людей, которые вам помогают.
or for those who will be helping you in your projects.
Здесь написано, как лучше приготовиться к группе.
It's written what is the best way to get prepared for a group like we host.
Ну, потому что каждой группе надо готовить.
Because to each group that you're going to deal with, you have to get prepared for it.
Потому что если человек придет сегодня, а вы не готовы,
Because if a person comes to you today, but you're not prepared,
завтра он может не прийти.
tomorrow he might not come back.
А послезавтра у него может быть передозировка.
And the day after tomorrow, he may overdose.
Поэтому каждая группа как последняя.
That's why you have to treat every single group you're dealing with as if it may have been your last.
И у вас есть наши контакты.
So you have our contacts.
Если вы серьезны в своих намерениях,
If you are serious in your intentions,
когда вы вернетесь домой, свяжитесь с нами,
then when you get home, contact us.
и мы подумаем, как мы можем начать вот такие группы в вашем городе.
And we'll think about how we can start hosting these groups in your city also.
Вот эти шаги, которые мы сегодня сказали, это первые шаги, которые мы можем сделать уже.
The steps that we covered today are the first steps that we can already start implementing.
Есть несколько шагов, которые можно будет делать потом,
And there are certain steps that can be implemented later,
когда у нас появятся уже постоянные члены группы.
after we have already gathered some faithful and consistent members of the group.
Мы начнем из них взращивать лидеров.
Out of those people, we will start raising up leaders.
И мы начнем увеличивать наше влияние.
And we will start widening and expanding our influence,
Открывать новые группы.
to open new groups.
И тогда ваша работа будет уже другого уровня,
And then your work will come to a different level,
чтобы контролировать это все и работать с лидерами.
to control all of these things and to work with leaders, consequentially.
Возможно, это реально, и каждый может это сделать.
This is possible, realistic, and each one of you is capable of doing it.
Для этого надо, понимаете, сделать шум в городе, в вашем месте.
In order to do that, you have to raise some noise in the place where you are.
Что-то типа конференции или семинар, где вам, как обычно мы делаем рекламу, да, по телевизору, что вот будет семинар, как оказать помощь на алкозависимости.
Something like a conference or a seminar or something showing on TV or some advertisements for we will be hosting some conferences on how to help anybody who's alcoholic or addicted to drugs and so on.
Приходите, там, ну, реклама, вот, там, женщина 30-летний алкоголизм получила освобождение, там, или 17 лет наркоман получил освобождение, знает, как помочь, ну, вот такого типа.
So come to our center, because we have stories of of a woman who was in alcoholism for 30 years, but she found her freedom, and a man who was addicted to drugs for 17 years, but he found his freedom. Something like that.
Или служение освобождения, там, молитва от наркомании, алкоголизма. И такие люди приходят на эти собрания.
Or let
Дальше приходят их родственники.
Or let there be a ministry of freedom and prayers for those who are addicted. And people will definitely come to meetings like that. And even more often, the relatives of people who are addicted will come to those meetings.
Это такое евангелизационное как бы служение будет.
It's kind of like evangelism.
Людей, которые будут в зале, они выйдут. Хотите вы, чтобы мы за вас помолились? Они обычно выходят, мы за них молимся и предлагаем им встретиться или тут же вечером, или сейчас, или на следующий день. И вот таким образом начинаются группы с этими людьми.
And then after you've had your seminar, after you've had some initial teaching, you can ask anyone if they want to come out, be prayed for. Usually some people come out, and you can ask them if they want to meet with you right now or this evening or the day after, the week after. And some groups are already beginning to be formed.
Посоветуйте со своими пасторами или передавайте такую информацию, что мы можем помочь. Вот, и, пожалуйста, обращайтесь.
Speak with your pastors and circulate the information that you know how to help such people, and just talk to us too.
В конце концов, сегодня есть интернет, компьютер, можно любую консультацию давать через интернет.
And we have internet today and computers. Even consultations can be done through the internet.
Спасибо.
Thank you.
Ну и еще, как подарок,
Also, as a gift,
я рисовала дом пастора. Это дом пастора.
I drew the house of our DSA
Как сувенир для всех вас.
as a souvenir for all of you.
Фонд дома пастора. Да, фонд поддержки дома пастора.
Yeah, this could be kind of some extra financial support for his house.
Поэтому приобретайте. Тут есть осень, есть лето, есть зима.
So please buy them. There's
Всё продано.
the house in summer, there's the house in winter, there's the house in fall and spring. Right, not spring.
Okay, we have two books. The first book,
We have two books. This is the first book, The Way to Freedom for Your Family.
Freedom for your family. And second, we have manual.
And the second book is the handbook that we were showing this whole time.
Handbook. This is a program.
It's a program.
Handbook for leaders of support group for alcohol and drug addiction based on the Way to Freedom program. Our program called The Way to Freedom.
It's a manual or handbook based for leaders of support groups for alcohol and drug addicts. And it's based off of the book that we just showed you, The Way to Freedom for Your Family program.
Ты не переводишь? Окей. Через какое-то время они появятся на Amazon.
And after some time, you will be able to get them through Amazon.
Если вы хотите связаться со мной,
If you want to establish contact with me,
мой номер
I'll give you my number.
плюс 359
Plus 359
877
877
900
900
381.
381.
Viber, WhatsApp.
Viber, WhatsApp. Maybe we should say it again.
Окей, мы напишем это в Фейсбуке.
And we'll write this in the comments of Facebook.
напишу, да? Могут писать вам на страничку, если что, да?
And maybe you can write on the page of DSA or the HMT, and then they'll pass on a message to me if anything.
Команда из Болгарии, реабилитация, Наталья Потапаева.
The Bulgarian team for rehabilitation, and led by Pastor Natasha Potapayeva.
Хэштег. Tags.
Here are the tags, the hashtags.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
We're finished.
Thank you very much, Dima Karpov and Pastor Natasha Potapayeva. Let's put our hands together again for the wonderful presentation. So I think this brings us to the end of second section. We'll go on break. We'll come back at 7 p.m. That will be Ukrainian time in 2 hours. So bye-bye to our friends online and see you in 2 hours. Thank you.